knocked him out in round 10. He's looking for that one punch in 36 minutes. And to do that against a fighter like me is absolute disaster.
Those are the words of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury recalls the first fight and what he should have done in the first fight. He states that he should have knocked out Deontay Wilder in round 10. And there's a lot to cover because this interview he had, I think it's on BT Sports. I think it was from BT Sports. Yeah, BT Sports. It was all exclusive. And he was giving his take on the fight, of course, his reflection. And he was mentioning that he should have took out Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder dropped him in the 9th round. And when he dropped him in the 9th round, he said that Deontay Wilder was spent because he was trying to get him out of there once he got up from that knockdown. And of course, Tyson Fury won the rest of that round, okay? And it was weird. It was like the knockdown itself triggered him. It gave him more energy getting knocked down. It made him more aggressive, and it worked. And what happened, Deontay Wilder was gasping because he normally, those guys, that when he hurts you, he hits you with that big right hand. If you happen to get up like Gerald Washington did, he goes and he windmills you. You know what I mean? That's when the art of the windmill comes into effect. But this time he couldn't do it because in this case, Fury fought back. He punched in between those wild punches. See, a lot of people, they talk about Wilder's punching power, but that's one of the things that they're going to have to know. Yes, he has punching power, but the things that can get him in trouble is exactly what got him hurt in rounds 9 and rounds 12. Okay, he spent himself in round 9 trying to get him out of there. He got wild. He didn't, not saying he's going to do that in the next fight, but he has the tendency to do that because he's done that before. Okay, and then that's this particular fight. He swings wild, and it's easy for somebody to counterpunch Deontay Wilder. Is just before they know this guy hits so hard, and they don't want to get hit with those punches again. So based on what Tyson Fury claims, Tyson Fury didn't do it, and he didn't go for the knockout because he wasn't confident in his physical endurance, and he knew, hey, I got 2 rounds left. I'm not going to try to do that because I don't know. I've been out of the ring 3 years. 6 months ago, I just returned, fought 2 guys, tune-up fights, and now I'm here with Deontay Wilder that's been fighting constantly for how long? That was his, 8th, 7th title defense? 8th title defense? So, he's been consistent. Tyson Fury was not consistent. He was not. So, he knew that he took it easy with that and coasted to a certain point. He was aggressive in the 12th round, and that's actually what caused him to get knocked down. It's going to be a fight that's very intriguing, okay? Now, another thing I want to talk to you guys about is the 9th round knockdown. And Tyson Fury revealed something very, very interesting. And I seen, and I didn't want to sound like that guy that wanted to take credit from the knockdown, but the part Tyson of the head that he hit Tyson Fury was behind the head. You know what I mean? Here's the problem. The punch, the way he angled the punch, it wasn't a normal behind the head foul, okay? It wasn't one of those, hooks or nothing like that. It was a straight, but it hit him behind the head, knocked his equilibrium off, he went down, okay? So that really wasn't a flush punch, and he didn't dip low enough, And I didn't want to be too nitpicky about it because I've already gave Wilder stick for the first Ortiz fight, all the illegal punches that he punched in that fight. So didn't want to go there because I didn't want Wilder fans all on me. But I mean, I saw that. I'm like, well, that was behind the head. But people are like, yeah, there you go again. But now Tyson Fury is the first time he's acknowledging it. You know what I'm saying? So he probably looked back at it and was like, that shit was illegal. You know what I mean? That wasn't a flush punch. That wasn't anywhere near his face. That was behind his ear, way behind his ear. Okay? I mean, he was bald-headed. But of course, we're dealing with Wilder, and Wilder was just trying to hit him with anything that he possibly could. On top of that, in this interview, I'm going to leave the link below to let you guys check this out. Shelly Finkel, okay, at the end of round 8, he comes there and he was wagging his finger, doing that big boss shit. You know what I mean? Like a father talking to a schooling a kid. So Wilder came out there pissed. He was not a happy camper in that ninth round. So really the night, maybe that talking to told him you're gonna lose every fucking thing, Deontay. There won't be any Joshua clash if he kicks your ass over there. But he did go out and produce the knockdown. But I think he did spend a lot of energy, right? In the ninth. But Tyson Fury said he should have went at him in the 10th, which I didn't see Deontay look that tired though. Okay, because that's one thing, another attribute he has. He's good at maintaining his endurance, his stamina, because he doesn't punch a lot. He's not a busy heavyweight. He doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Because one punch can knock your head off. So he knows that. You know what I mean? So that doesn't require you bop, 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 bop. It doesn't require you to put combinations together. All it requires you to do is boom. Fight's over. So he doesn't disperse a lot of energy. Now, the 12th round, I think he was probably the most tired it has ever been because he thought that fight was over. It's almost like this. Someone's telling you you're at work and you're at work 2 hours, and someone tells you, hey, you're going to EO. You're going to early out. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, cool. So then you let your guard down. So you keep working and you keep working and you turn around and it gets busier. Then he turns around and says, hey, man, you know what? I know I said I said you're going home early, but it looks like you got to stay. Because it messes your whole morale, your whole momentum up. Because, it took a downfall, right? A nosedive. So you're sitting there, you're like, okay, all right, cool, but then you don't expect that. So Deontay Wilder, when he dropped Tyson Fury, in other words, in comparison to the example, he thought that fight was over. He said, I got him. He's blowing kisses and doing this little wiggle and dance. I'm like, okay, that's him. He looks like he's from the Get Down or something. But when Tyson Fury got up, he was like, okay, now I'm going to have to do this. And I think he wasn't prepared for that because mentally he thought it was over. So I think that was a mental struggle for Deontay Wilder by Tyson Fury getting up. That's why if you notice, Deontay Wilder harps a lot about, man, that count was too long, because he didn't expect that punch that fight to go the way it was. And in fact, what happened when Tyson Fury got up, I think, is what he was disappointed about, mostly because he didn't win the rest of that round either. He won that round, but the rest belonged to Tyson Fury. Okay? And I can prove to you that the left hook was not the punch that's really effective. People think he's like a Felix Trinidad. No, he's not a Felix Trinidad. He has one right, because when he did get up in both rounds, 9 and 12, Wilder was able to land that left hook, and you just seen Tyson Fury's head do this, right? But it didn't take him down. It didn't put him down, because that punch doesn't have the power. It doesn't possess the power that the right has. And he was able to hit him with that shot, the left hook. If you notice, that's the punch that landed for Wilder in that first fight. But Tyson Fury, I think that he's aiming for a knockout, because he's talking about regretting knocking out Wilder. So he really has it on his mind. I thought he was BSing. I don't know. The clips that I could see, he didn't look all that fast to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was overtrained. You can tell in this interview, he's more solid. You can actually see cuts in his arms and shit like that. He still has that flabby midsection, but I don't think that's going anywhere. So, but I do really think that Tyson Fury is expecting a knockout. That's what he's aiming for. But I will say this to counterpunch this. If Tyson Fury, if he's not careful, he can end up just like he thought Deontay Wilder was in the 9th round. Okay, because remember, he says, according to Fury, he says Deontay Wilder punched himself out in the ninth trying to get him out of there. You know, he let off a lot of energy. He put out a lot of energy, and that's why he feel he could have took him out in the 10th. Well, to Tyson Fury, he has to be careful. If he tries to do that and then runs out of steam, okay, the same thing could happen to him. He could punch himself out, and then he could get caught. Ask Luis Ortiz. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this particular interview. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.